Okay, first and foremost, no, there is no pink Thar 5-door Thar rocks that has launched. So sorry for that clickbait, but we just had to do it just for a little bit of fun. But this is the car. This is the car in the metal. It's finally been out. Years and years of spy shots. We've seen it, I don't know, over the last, 18 months. Now it's finally out in the metal. So we're going to quickly take you around the car in a real quickie instead of the 18-minute one we did recently. But anyways, there you go. Brand new front end. Of course, you get the new grille, which is a sort of 6-slot grille, so they won't get in trouble with the law, if you know what I mean. And you get a little mesh behind it. Now, anyways, people are going to change it to a brand new grille in any case, so that's not going to be much of a problem. But you do get new LED headlights and new daytime running lights here as well. So daytime running lights, which were here earlier, have been moved to the headlight unit itself. Now, the one thing that I actually did ask the Mahindra R&D team is if all of this is straight swappable with the 3-door Thar, and I believe it isn't. But of course, people are going to find a way to put this sort of stuff in the old 3-door Thar and make it OEM plus. Okay, let's move to the side. Oh, before we do, actually, slightly new bumper as well, slight updates. The big update on the side though is the fact that you get a new 19-inch wheel, which is a lot more nicer and sort of bigger looking as compared to before. Now, anyways, people did put massive wheels, especially in Punjab 22s. But you get a nice big wheel and a nice chunky tire, which has always been a signature of the Thar. But let's not waste any more of your time, because this is what you want to actually see, the 5-door part of it. Let me quickly get in and whoops, and see if it's spacious. Now this seat is all the way back, right? And there is still some space. In fact, it does recline as well. Now this is not a 7-seater as we mentioned in the past. This is going to be purely a 5-seater car, and it's actually really spacious, and it's also very sort of airy inside because they have used this sort of cream and beige interior. Now if you do go off-roading with this, it's going to get completely messed up, so I don't really know why they've done it, if they're still sort of portraying as an off-road vehicle. But as a lifestyle vehicle, this stuff works. It works really well. Of course, you do get the massive panoramic sunroof, which extends all the way even behind my head, even behind the seats. And as I mentioned, the seats do recline. Let me find the recliner. There you go. Nice and lounge-like in the back. So if you do want to actually sort of be driven around in the back of one or chauffeured around, you can as well. Otherwise, there's so much space in the rear. I'm going to show you the boot in just a bit. But first, let me get into the front seat. Let me show you the interiors really quickly. There you go. Right, first and foremost, look. Creature comforts in a Thar, like proper creature comforts. So you've got a armrest that moves back and forth. No need to put an aftermarket armrest. And you have a digital instrument cluster as well. Look at this. Let me hold the camera for just a second and show it to you guys. Look, a proper digital instrument cluster and a proper screen, a much larger screen as well. We're going to hand the camera back. But overall, the design language has sort of stayed the same. So these sort of toggle switch like things, and the climate control setup here, the round AC vents. Again, people are going to do aftermarket stuff on that. And you now have ventilated seats. Very important function, ventilated seats. You do still get a normal remote, and you do get a start button, but the remote still stays the same. Maybe a different remote, slightly more modern remote would have been nice. You do get an electronic parking brake. Now see, this is something that we didn't really know about. So electronic parking brake, that sort of negates the fact that you had a proper mechanical parking brake. Now this version is 2-wheel drive, it's not 4-wheel drive, so you get no sort of handle. But in the 4-wheel drive version, you still get that nice chunky handle to move it into 4-wheel drive, which is always going to be a nice and satisfying clunk to have. Overall though, again, as I mentioned, nice and tall. You still have all the little givings of a Thar, so you're sitting nice and high, and overall it just feels very similar to a Thar. Then you look behind and you've got a lot more space for you and your family. This is going to be the ideal single car for a lot of people who are still petrol heads, who want something that looks really cool, but who still want something that's sort of different and off-road oriented maybe, or just want something that looks cool on the road. It's a nice car. Now let's look at the boot and let's look at the rear design as well, rear styling. So look at this. You still get the telltale split boot design on the Thar. So if you do actually want to, maybe you're at a picnic or something and you want to just like grab in and out, you can still do this. But overall, look how big the boot is. You can actually fit a whole Cirrus in it, which is definitely something you could not have done in the original 3-door Thar, or any old Thar, to be honest, with the seats up. But look, there is space, there's definitely space, and there's just general conveniences everywhere as well. So for example, come back around the side. Even if you have a look at the side, you still have like something like a step which is integrated into the car, integrated nicely into the car. So if you have older people, mothers, wives, etc., easy to sort of go here, step in, hold the handle, and then get right into the car, comfortable. Also, maybe the door opening is not as wide as say other cars are, but it's still not really bad. Still got about this much space to get in and out. So there you go, the Thar 5-door. I'm going to quickly take you through the prices of the base model. 12.99 lakhs for the petrol version, and I believe, let me just sort of open it through quickly. There you go, 12.99 lakhs for the base model petrol manual, and then you have 13.99, so 14 lakh rupees essentially for the diesel base model manual. That's great pricing for a car that looks honestly this good. One last bit though, something that I don't really like. Come here. Okay. Remember the Thar 3-door is a plastic or a sort of fiber roof, right? This is not. This is a metal roof. It's a part of the body construction. Still a frame underneath and a body on top, but this is an actual body. This thing though, this little design cue, this little jutting out on the rear doors, I am not a massive fan of. So maybe a version where this is still body colored would have been nice, but for now they want to still have that sort of two-tone ruggedness that's showcasing out of the car. So they've continued to do this in like a matte finish and this in like a body finish, but again, this little jutting part out is not something I'm very happy with. Now let me quickly also tell you the reasoning behind this. On the old CJ5s, there used to be a roll cage in the back, so there used to be a little loop that went around, and then the rear bar actually came at an angle. So this maybe is a sort of throwback, a hark back to that CJ5 design language from what, the 70s or 80s. And again, this is a bit of a love it or hate it design language for a lot of people, but maybe if you just cover this up, you won't really know what the car is like or what the design on the back is like. You can sort of mask it. Again, it's going to be a big, massive blank canvas for a lot of people who want to do many things with it, and I think I am going to probably end up buying it. Quickly though, have a look at this. Let's go really wide on the angle. Have a look at this cleanly. Have a look at this. Now come with me quickly. Look, there you go. So you see the differences? 3-door Thar, old grille, old headlight, and of course a fiber roof, and of course only one set of doors here, 18-inch wheels as compared to the 5-door Thar. Which one do you like most? Do you think the Thar should have remained 3 doors? Do you like the way the 5-door one looks? Tell us in the comment section. We will bring you the drive review on this on 17th of August, so it's not too far away, so stay tuned for that and go watch it. Signing off, see you guys in the comments.